Steel and Flame, Book 1 of the Guilds of Avlaan series is available on Amazon. If you like fluffy wolf lolly protagonists and Japanese light novels, follow the link below to check it out.
Hello, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video, and today I'm going to do something I really don't like to do, but it's necessary. Also, adding to that, well, there won't be any Daigo videos this month. Ran out of ideas, not joking, and gotta work on that. But I also felt necessary to talk about this because there are people trying to use this to harm others. To be more specific, a very specific asshole is trying to harm others with this. Keemstar, he's trying to basically cover for Mr. Beast with this, creating a guilty by association regarding Shadman. This guy, I think his true name is Shadman or something like that. The thing is, everyone knows who he is for one reason or another. I don't really care much about him anymore. For reasons I will explain later, but let's begin. First of all, the reason I'm making this video is not because I want to talk about the people. I really don't like it, but because I'm seeing basically this asshole, Keemstar, I really hate him by the way, trying to start shit with this, trying to start a witch hunt, and I oppose witch hunts, and I oppose persecution of any kind without a purpose, and I oppose basically being an asshole for no reason other than running cover for Mr. Beast. For context, what happened is Chris Tyson, one of Mr. Beast's employees, was caught talking sexually to a minor, and more than was caught, got exposed for it. It happened years ago, before he went crazy and decided to roleplay as a woman. He was exposed for talking sexually to a minor, which is, as far as I know, illegal. And I will focus on the topic of legality for this whole video. The thing is, what he was doing is, as far as I understand, illegal. And Keemstar tried to deflect it, to connect it to Shadman instead to Mr. Beast. I don't think anyone should be held as guilty by association. Not the people who still to this day look at Shadman's works or follow him, not Mr. Beast. No one should be held as guilty by association for whatever fucked up thing Chris Tyson did or whatever fucked up thing Shadman did. But since Keemstar has a personal vendetta against Shadman, he decided to try to make a guilty by association situation to everyone who at any point was involved with Shadman. I think you shouldn't even dissociate from him or whatever just because of what he did. I will explain why I think what he did is not nearly as bad as people think it is, but it is still illegal. First of all, he's accused of drawing child pornography. No, he isn't. He didn't. First of all, regarding Keemstar's daughter, as far as I know, he never actually did it. As far as I know, he actually refused to draw it, and someone else did because he wouldn't. He didn't draw her doing anything sexual, but, and this is the important part, but he did something that is actually illegal in another regard with another person. First of all, the only two drawings I can be certain he made sexually was one of a child version of Hillary Clinton, which he did instead of the Keemstar's daughter one, because he didn't want to draw Keemstar's daughter because Keemstar already had him by the balls for making the joke of doing it. And one of these actress who played, well, it wasn't the actress, was the character. In the With the appearance of the actress, the character was X13. I don't remember the name of the actress, but it's even though I don't remember it, she's kinda relevant for what is to come later, because as I said, he drew the character, not the actress, the character in a sexual context. Did he draw child pornography? No, he did not. Why? The law is very specific in that regard. It doesn't apply to anime characters. It doesn't apply even to characters based on real people. Actually, if you were going to go for that standard, several Japanese artists who have drawn Hermione Granger, they based on the looks of Emma Watson, would be in trouble. I will leave it at that. If you draw a character played by an actor, or even a real person, in a way that is not indistinguishable from the real thing, that's the important part, indistinguishable from the real thing, it doesn't count. So basically what Shadman did doesn't count as child pornography. What all these artists who draw inspiration from the looks of the Emma Watson portrayal of Hermione, they are not drawing child pornography. Still, I think it is self-destructive to draw real people, and that's why I hate live action. I have another reason to hate the live action, because it puts artists in trouble when they draw Rule 34. With the Hillary Clinton situation, it's even more complicated, because he used as reference a photo of Hillary when she was a child. But Hillary Clinton is an adult. Things are complicated. Basically, he didn't draw child pornography. That's the point. He legally didn't draw child pornography, and there was no legal case because of that. He didn't go to jail, nobody checked his hard drives. We don't have evidence that he has child pornography because nobody checked his hard drives despite him going to jail. It's important because you will find out why he went to jail and how it is entirely unrelated. The thing is, since he did draw real people, so to speak, he did commit a crime. The crime is basically because he was using, in a, you could say, harmful way, because it harms their image, in a harmful way, the appearance, the likeness of someone else, of a real person. Basically, he was in that point of parody where it gets illegal, so to speak. And that's why the actress who portrayed X13 actually sent her legal team to him, demanding him to either take those pictures down, which he did, or face legal action. What he did was a crime, but it was not the crime people think it is. He did commit a crime, that is using the appearance of this actress without her authorization for something extremely offensive to her. It's complicated. As I said, one could argue parody, but then we see that it's basically just hentai and then a parody argument. That's why, as I said, he preferred to take it down rather than facing legal action. Now here's the problem. Shadman insists he didn't draw Keemstar's daughter. Keemstar insists he did. The thing is, we don't really know if he ever did, and all we know is that the alleged drawing, the drawing that we have access to, is not sexual. But it is also disparaging, it's mocking Keemstar, it's mocking his daughter, and the legal issue again. Does it count as parody or just an insult? Is it legal or is it illegal because he's using someone else's image, a public figure's image? It's a legal situation where basically you will have both assholes arguing in the court and forcing the court to look at a bunch of of stupid drawings made by an idiot. And I do think Shadman is an idiot for something that you will understand later. As I said, you need to be patient because I will leave it at parts, basically in pretty much explanation of what is a crime, what is not, and the chronological order. The thing is, for you to know, Keemstar has a vendetta against him, and they hate each other, and to be honest, I hate Keemstar, and I am very indifferent to Shadman nowadays. I am indifferent because I don't like what he draws anymore. The thing is, I don't like what he draws, because he began to focus on things that I really don't want to see. On Futanari, on real people, I don't, specifically celebrities, I don't want to see drawn porn of real people, and especially not of these celebrities. I will be honest. I'm not that interested in Belle Delphine to want to see a hentai version of her. I am not interested in the Belle Delphine to look actively for the real version of her. Why would I want to see it? That's the thing. I'm not interested in these celebrities. And basically, what I remember when I unfollowed Shadman was that he was only drawing celebrities, Futanari, and people licking assholes. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in what he draws nowadays, so he basically fell off my radar. Last time I remember hearing of him until now was after he was sent to prison. He did go to jail. And then I found this documentary talking about him and talking about what all the things he did, things I didn't really know or didn't care about. As I said, I don't care about real people. I don't care about the celebrities. I don't care about his drawings of his celebrities. I basically only paid attention to him when he was drawing fictional characters. The thing is, he began to focus on other things. Things I don't care about. That's as far as I remember. He went to jail because he got high and basically went insane in his drug-addled stupor and tries to kill someone. The charges were assault with deadly weapon. Basically, he went and shanked someone. He stabbed someone because he was high and out of control. Went to jail, spent like I think 1 year or 2 in jail, and now he's out again, and nobody really remembers him anymore. A few people remembers him, but he was mostly forgotten because he spent a while in jail and, well, he was inactive. The thing is, that was the only crime he actually committed and got prosecuted for. They did check his house because, as I said, he was high on drugs. I think there was also charges for drug possession. I don't really know. The thing is, I don't think they ever found actually child pornography because he is already out of jail. And then the only charges were for assault with the deadly weapon. So basically, he consumed all his drugs, so he couldn't be arrested. So he wasn't arrested. He wasn't charged with possession. He ran out of drugs and stabbed someone. Basically, that's why I think he's an idiot, because he got so drugged he ended up stabbing someone. I think he's an idiot because of that. Morally, what he does with his drawings of real people is extremely questionable. I won't say if it's good or bad, I will leave that to you. I don't think it's right. Personally, I think it's wrong. But I will leave that to you. The thing is, he didn't commit a crime beyond other than the stabbing part. He didn't commit a crime beyond using the image of other people without their permission. I know some people say, but that's still wrong because he drew real people, he drew real children. Yeah, but the law is the law. As I said, personally, I don't think it's fine. I don't think it's fine to use to draw real people because, well, it leads to trouble, and we are talking about real people. It can hurt their reputation, their image. It can affect how people around them see them, and you risk legal action, which is what happened to him. And personally, I don't think it's fine, but the law says it's not illegal unless they press charges. And the crime is not child pornography, and as I said, you make your own mind about him. Personally, I am indifferent to him as a person. I think it was wrong to draw real people because it generates trouble, for everyone, and it benefits not many. But if he wants to do it, as long as he's ready to face legal action when someone comes to him, that's not my business. I'm mostly indifferent to him. I think he makes several mistakes. He has a terrible judgment. He makes terrible choices. But I don't think he's a rapist. I don't think he's a child molester. I don't really think he's a pedophile. At least there was no evidence found when they arrested him. I suppose they did check his hard drives and found nothing. Now, it is worth mentioning he seems to be obsessed and did make some sexual remarks about the actress who played X-13. He seems to be obsessed with her, probably out of spite because she did threaten him with legal action. He made some sexual remarks about her and other people, and I think it was out of spite too. I don't think he's sexually attracted to children or anything. I think he did it out of spite because he was drugged and he was angry, and well, his behavior seemed to be spiteful. The drugs awakened in him some really horrible things, and he went to jail, paid his sentence, and I think it's time to move on. I moved on. I really forgot about him until now. I mean, he was really famous back then. I remember when I published my book, when I published Still and Flame, I was jokingly talking with friends about it, saying, imagine if he drew Rua. And I was like saying it like a joke. I only knew him for Rule 34. I basically knew him as the guy who, if you ask him, he will make Rule 34 of anything. I didn't really care about his comics or about whatever, because I know he made some comics. I didn't care about them or about whatever else he made. He wasn't really that relevant to me even back then. He was the Rule 34 guy who will draw porn of anything. That was him for me. That was what I knew of him. I didn't really pay much attention to what became of him after the controversy, because I didn't even know about the controversy. He basically fell off my radar because he began to throw things that I didn't like, and I moved on. Then I found out he was arrested, he went to jail because he stabbed someone, and suddenly everyone was bringing up all his past actions and trying like to, I don't know, expose him or something, but he didn't really commit any crimes. He didn't commit any crimes. I mean, how do I say it? He didn't commit any sex crimes. He did commit crimes, but not sex crimes. He is not, as I said, he didn't make child pornography because the person was, because the drawings weren't indistinguishable from a real person. In fact, by the way he draws, they are extremely distinguishable from a real person. If he used a realistic style, a realistic 3D style, you could argue he was making them indistinguishable from the real person. Otherwise, it is not. As I said, the legal issue comes from the fact that he's using that he's making characters who look very similar to other people, and that can lead to legal action, but the legal action didn't occur. I don't know. At least not with the actress of 13. She was the one who told her legal team arrived and said, either you take that down or you are going to face legal action. He took it down. I don't know about, for example, about Keemstar. I don't know what happened with him. I don't care because I fucking hate Keemstar. Morally, I think, and that's a personal opinion, morally I think it's wrong that he targeted Keemstar's daughter. It's not her fault that her father is a piece of garbage. So, and in my principle, I don't target relatives just because the people around them. As I said, I don't engage in guilty by association, so I don't target relatives of people just because said people are assholes. So as I said, it's already bad enough for her that her father is one of the worst assholes on the internet. So I think it's wrong to make her a target, but I don't think that makes Shadman automatically the worst person ever. I think he's a dumb asshole. I think Keemstar could be actually worse than him, and it's something I know it's something controversial to say, but I think Keemstar is worse because he's basically trying to get everyone who talked who not only talked, who liked what Shadman does at any point in time. He's trying to get everyone who at any point in time liked one single picture of him cancelled, and that's what assholes do. So I don't really care much about Shadman. I don't think people should be cancelled for liking his art, for following him or anything. I just personally don't like his works anymore because last time I saw what he draws, he was focusing on things I don't like, I don't care about. I don't think they should be censored, I just don't like them, so I move on. Other people, if someone who, if I found out one of my friends follows Shadman, likes his current work, I don't mind. It's not my problem. I think people have reacted in a way that basically persecutes anyone who likes anything Shadman draws or who follows Shadman, and I think that's unreasonable. As I said, if I found out one of my friends follows Shadman and likes his current drawings, I wouldn't mind. It's not my business. It's not my problem. They are not guilty by association. They are not the ones who shanked the guy on the street, which is the only crime Shadman has actually gone to jail for. That was something he did, and they are not the ones basically doing anything bad. If we started punishing people that way for liking what someone draws, for following someone on Twitter, for having any remote association with Shadman, most of you should also be cancelled because most of you actually watched something made by an actual sex offender and liked it. And I'm talking about basically anything made by a Spunko. If you know who was the head of Spunko, you understand why I'm saying, well then fuck you too. If you're going to fuck people over for liking what Shadman draws, you should get fucked over for liking what John Creek Faloshi does. Why? Because he actually molested teenagers. That's not even a secret. That's not something he denies, and he actually got away claiming I was insane. He alleged insanity. He was actually clinically insane, but he alleged insanity to avoid punishment for molesting a teenager who actually worked for him as an apprentice. And there is proof that he molested a teenager. I think she was like, 13, 14, and he was already quite old. John Creek Faloshi molested a teenager. That's something everyone knows about. And people still like Ren and Stimpy, and people still like the reboot they made for MTV, the adult reboot. Actually, the adult reboot came out long after his crimes. people still like what Jungkook Falushi does, they still use his art as reference, they still admire him, despite him actually going insane and molesting a teenager. So, if you are going to fuck people, if you are going to pull a Keemstar and try to fuck people over because they like what Shadman draws, or they liked in the past what Shadman draws, because some of these people actually denounce Shadman now because they know he's controversial, I think that's a bad idea. I don't think you should do that. I think you are not guilty by association for liking what Shadman draws or for liking it in the past. But if you are going to pull a Keemstar and be an asshole and try to fuck people over because of what Shadman does, you should fuck people over for liking what Jungkook Falushi does. And he's, as far as I know, he hasn't seen a jail in his life. He's doing fine with his self-hatred. People shouldn't be held guilty by association. And what Shadman did, you decide for yourself if you accept it or not. I think it was stupid. I don't think it was inherently bad in the sense that he acted like a criminal, but I think it was a bad idea, and I think he did many things wrong out of spite. I don't have a judgment of his character because I don't know him beyond him as a person, beyond him stabbing someone while high. So I think he's not that smart. I think he's an asshole. I think he's a stupid asshole. But many people are stupid assholes, and you are not getting cancelled for liking what they do, or for watching their content, or for anything. I mean, Keemstar is a stupid, vile, malevolent asshole, and people still like and watch his content. Even some of my friends watch that crap. I hate him, but I don't hate my friends for watching him, because it's not personal. With Nox and with Mutahar, it is personal because they basically shut on my country. But Keemstar, I just hate him. Shut on my country and my audience, because they basically consider my audience a bunch of pedophiles. But with Keemstar, I just hate him. I still think my friends shouldn't be watching that because it's bad for them, but as I said, I don't engage in guilty by association. And I won't. And I think that's what's wrong with this. Because people keep basically, whenever they bring Shadman up, is to engage in guilty by association. Oh, you left a like in a picture of Shadman. Thanks God for the private like, Elon. For privating likes. The only reason that's good is because they can't use it for guilty by association. But it was like, oh, you follow Shadman, you're a fucking rapist then. No, that's not how it works. If people follow Shadman, they follow Shadman. Period. They are not guilty by association. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. That's what bothers me about all this. That people are basically using following Shadman to say basically you are a pedophile. If you follow Shadman, you are a pedophile. That's not how it works. People have many reasons to follow Shadman for whatever reason, and it's not my business. If they want to follow him, if they want to see his art, whatever. Shadman to me is no longer relevant even. Why? Because he already went to jail for the crime he did commit. That was stabbing someone. So, that's my point. Stop engaging in guilty by association. Stop trying to cancel people out of nowhere for nothing, for whatever mean thing they did to you or they said to you. Fuck it. That's it for today. Have a good one.